Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. So we always say to you to always look at your thumbnail, look at your LCD, your TV or whatever, your computer, and you will see. You won't believe what this man is predicting for the people who voted for Donald Trump, and it's a brutal smackdown. And also, you're going to hear a sister, yeah man, strong message to black men in the urban areas, in the cities, and this is a stark warning to them. So she's telling them, so both of them, black and white, so we are giving them total their perspective and their forecast for the future for America. You can hear the sadness in the people them voice. I've spoken to a few of my colleagues, based on where I work, you're not supposed, like if you go to work, you can in the office you cannot wear political paraphernalia. You understand? During campaign, because you have a thing named the Hatch Act. So if you go into your office or you're not supposed to be, you can discuss politics, but it all depends on who. You understand? But it's not something that is recommended by the federal government, so you don't do that. So I heard some people. It's just amazing that white, Spanish, it's not every white or Spanish person eat black people, because some Spanish people, them look white and they will tell us straight up that them black. Yeah, you can't tell them nothing. And they will tell us that the Spanish, most of the Spanish, them will have the same hue as them and ear texture. They might fight to be white. And some Spanish people like the Jennifer Lopez and all of these people, you can't tell them that, because they might tell us that them black, because Hispanic people, most people do not know this. We'll tell you, there are three people them from Europe who are black. Spanish, Italian and Irish. These three group of people, they are black people. But guess what? The Irish and the Italians, they were able to get their white cards in America in 1962. Yeah man, the same here when Jamaica get independent. I see him here, them, you understand? So it's like calling rain, wet rain. So that is what the Spanish people know. That's the Latinos, them, that's how them a fight for in America now. Them a fight to be white. As you know, we tell you already at the Jamaica Young Police channel, to be white is to be known that you're evil, because that is all our white people, the history of white people, Some people could have feel say, boy, I choose the complexion or this or that. The only thing that I associate with whiteness, only thing we remember is the evil what them have done. Yeah, and the reason, look here, I can't deny my grandmother, I can't deny my father, mother who was white. So I just saw it go, I just have to tell you the truth. So people are, this, that, yeah, I can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Me are the first children, me are the first child for my father. You understand? So you can't call rain wet rain. So the Spanish people, them a fight to be white. So you have to understand. So we have to do some more thing on it, because this thing here, it's really, because people are, you're one-sided. So what does I tell us why some Jamaican Americans voted for Donald Trump? A deeper dive into the controversy. So at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we have explored the complex reasons why some Jamaicans living in America choose to vote for Donald Trump instead of Kamala Harris. Despite her Jamaican heritage, while the mainstream narrative often simplifies these choices as mere political preferences, the reality is far more nuanced. Central to their decision is a deep frustration with the democratic parties perceive overreach, particularly when it comes to LGBTQ plus agenda, and the radical shift in cultural and educational policies. Yeah, you can't tell people, and this is where nobody now tell the Democrat, you can't tell people, say, a man, a woman, that had us madness, and who is there to tell the emperor, say, him not have no clothes? So we are trying to do that and tell them, you can't do that. People now buy that. The LGBTQ plus agenda in school, that's not supposed to in a school. I tell Pitney about, say, if you feel in your head, say you're a boy, and you're a girl, you're a boy, and a madness that. Tell them, say, them need help, mental health. Yeah, you're mad, and you're not no go so. You feel about your trap. If you feel trap on them thing, they're going to release your trap. I just, you're mad. So you need to figure out a psychiatrist. You understand? So for many Jamaican parents, the tipping point lies in what they describe as the madness unfolding in their children's schools. They feel that their values are under siege, with school introducing progressive concepts around gender identity and sexuality that conflict with their cultural and religious beliefs. So the more these white people, the people them in a Democratic Party, in which we at the Jamaica Young Police, and at one point in time, yeah, how you mean? People call them Devilcrats, yeah, because only devil not fear God. And and as a woman, I'll rightly say, she said, oh, when me say I'll Kamala Harris, but she had dance in the LGBTQ plus parade, just sit my stomach to say a black woman willing to sell her soul because she want power. You understand? I say, no, I'm rather dead and dead with my dignity as a black person. So in time somebody stay like that's one I think now, what them say, no, you see, find you willing to do anything to get power, I'm afraid of you. You understand? So the inability to openly challenge, or even question these teachings without being labeled as bigots or intolerant has left them feeling powerless. These parents see the current climate as a form of ideological terrorism, forcing them to either remain silent or risk social ostracism. And what them do now on them thing there, you don't know, then them set you up for economic terrorism. You know much black people lose all them job, business, because them just stand up for what is right. So them a teach about morals, ethics, truthfulness and decency, but them not practicing it because they are the biggest bullies. So these parents see their current climate as a form of ideological terrorism. That's a dangerous thing. So this sense of coercion and the perception that their voices no longer matter have driven some to support Trump, despite his personal flaws. For them, his opposition to woke culture represent a defense of their rights to raise their children according to their own values. So that's one I think now. They must say you can't, those two gender you have, male and female, this whole heap of madness and confusion, and them picnic come from school and ask them madness, especially in up north and all them thing there. So Donald Trump is, without a doubt, a polarizing figure. He's a convicted felon, an egotistical personality, and a master of self-promotion. Yet, for many this illusion voters, these traits pale in comparison to the issues they prioritize. They view Trump as a necessary disruptor, a leader who, despite his faults, isn't afraid to challenge the status quo and push back against what they see as an ideological takeover. Several Jamaican American voters have expressed no regrets about their choice to them. Trump policies and issues like school choices, parental rights, and religious freedom align more closely with their values than the Democratic Party agenda. They appreciate his willingness to address issues that other politicians shy away from, even if the delivery is often controversial. So I'll call him Trump this the Asian them, him this the Puerto Rican them, and them still vote for him. So that will show you, say, they show people decency, them not with that. So I just saw it go. So you know at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we pride ourselves. Don't no matter what we say pride in, no matter start get things in their head. Because we tell you already, say up is up and down is down. Just remember that. So yeah, so we pride ourselves on presenting multiple perspectives on every issues. It's not enough to simply state the reasons behind a political choice. We believe in exploring the broader societal and cultural implications. So this includes understanding the voices of those who vehemently oppose Trump and his policies. So in this episode, we feature two contrasting perspectives, a wealthy white man and a passionate black woman, both of whom have strong and colorful message for the diverse coalition of Hispanic, black voters and even white women who supported Trump. Their viewpoints highlight the emotional and ideological divides that define modern American politics. Well, some of them have said they not even recognize our America. Yes, as I said before, I heard people say that since the election is like somebody for them dead. It's like them feel like them dead. Some people feel like somebody for them dead. And people have various emotions from the election. As to me, hey, I just continue to live on them things. I have no control over what other people have done. As I said before, and I'll say it again, you cannot try for change. You cannot try for change a system that have been around for centuries. You can't try for you play God. You're not God. You cannot use ideological terrorism against people and bully them. Long time them do it. At first them get a pushback. 1993 was the first time Shabba Ranks said marriage between man and woman. In career end. Nobody never come out then and defend him because he's black and he's a Jamaican. You understand? Shabba Ranks. Yeah man, and black people never make him suffer. Economic terrorism reaching them, take away, broke up, pop up all them record and everything. I expect him now for but poor and destitute, but black people still never forsake him and make sure him still live. And him still one of the most sought out artists in our music industry. You know why you Shabba involved in nothing controversial. And because of that now, then after Shabba now you have Buju Banton. Buju Banton, yeah, you don't know say him already bow to them. So you don't know say him now is seen as not only as a Judas but a traitor and a long year Harry. And you don't know say him a coke dealer too. And no worse, the man who win now, Donald Trump, not like cookies. So you know say the man him can't come back here. And that's one I think that was another contestant with the Jamaican them too. Jamaican where some of them have children born here and some as I say I have a cousin. Him came the man they, even although the man they a big man now, the man they struggle for even talk patois. Because the accent, the American accent is so steep in him when he's speaking with you. That you understand what I'm saying? You can't believe that this man has Jamaica and he get deported. And enough for drugs. He ain't sell no coke or anything like that. And there's some fighting and people get injured and all kind of things. I saw him getting up there deported. So for female children, them in a center city of Philadelphia, them vexed. So that's why them vote for Trump. Because them say, you understand? So I Democrat them and them feel like say boy you can't use and abuse people and people just suck it up. I just saw it go. So as we tell you now, so in an episode, you're going to hear the diver when they might tell about these people. The black woman message is particularly striking. She delivers a fiery critique of the communities that, in her view, have betrayed their own interests by voting for Trump. She doesn't hold back, address the black community, Hispanic and even white women, accusing them of aligning with a man who, in her eyes, represent the very system of oppression they claim to oppose. On the other hand, the wealthy white man offer a different angle. He speaks to the economic and social fears that drove many to Trump and argue that their choices were less about supporting his personality and more about resisting what they saw as a cultural revolution that threatened their way of life. And this man now might give a dire prediction of what is going to happen to the same people that vote for Trump. Because they're the 58% that voted for Trump and returning him to the White House. These are the same people who are he's telling you that they're going to suffer more. So he must say, boy, it's like giving them poison for drink and wait for somebody else to dead. And him say, boy, hey look, you won't get no sympathy from me. Same so with the black woman, when I tell the black men them. So the bigger picture, this conversation is about more than just one election or one president. It's about a broader battle for cultural and ideological control in America. For many Jamaican Americans, the stakes feel higher than ever. They see their values, tradition and freedom being challenged. And they are looking for leaders who will stand up for their beliefs. Joe Biden and the Democrat, them don't respect nobody. Them break That's I think now with America. You understand what I'm saying? That's how empires fall. Until them start behave like them bigger than everybody else. You have a thing when you have United Nations Charter, and the United States government have been violating it from Barack Obama. Put up the LGBTQ plus card. It's saying in a charter that no other flag is supposed to fly. And any embassy around the world, and them do it. Them violate it, and you understand, because show them an economic powerhouse. So now the world, the other economies in them are galvanized together against America. And America now do it to Saudi Arabia and the Arab country, you know, but them do it to black countries. But them just go on this year and push it in, and you understand. So that's one of the things where black people, they must say, all right, since I was not that, we have vote against, you know. So that. We know so them now get it still, because I saw them stay, because them stubborn. Them feel like so them are God, and them know. Them feel so them can manipulate and use people, and people just suck it up all because of money. A man say, oh, him rather for it suck salt through wooden spoon than for live under them kind of terrorism here. You understand? So the same thing when them did vote against 4 years ago, I them vote for Canada. I say, no, this worse that me rather for deal with Donald Trump and the whole heap of lies and the whole heap of scandal than for deal with them a people and my pitney go to school. I come tell me, say, boy, Johnny come at school today, and when Johnny come back tomorrow, Johnny say him name Susan, and them can't deal with that, and then the he, she, and they, and I, and all them madness there. And then now, them in a change all, them had one next sex in a passport where them say X, and X a what? All the madness there, so I hit. You understand? So while Trump may not embody the ideal leader, his willingness to confront controversial issues head-on resonate with those who feel ignored or marginalized by the current political climate. The Democratic Party focus on progressive social policies while appealing to some, has alienated others who view their policies as an attack on their cultural and religious belief and foundation. Them no business about that, because them feel say them are God. That's a for them problem. You know them people are just all about themselves and them not care, and if you dare to speak up, them attack you, ostracize you and destroy you with economic terrorism. So at the Jamaica Young Police, we do not shy away from these difficult conversations, whether you agree or disagree with the choice made by Jamaican American in this election. It is essential to understand the complex motivations behind their decision. Politics is really black and white, and is the issue at play often go deeper than what's visible on the surface. So we invite you to listen to these diverse perspectives and join the conversation as always. Our goal is to shed light on the nuances of every issue, encouraging thoughtful dialogue and critical thinking. The future of our communities depend on our ability to engage with these challenging topics openly and honestly. So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
Get some violations, and I may offend some people with what I'm gonna say, and I don't give a fuck. To all you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope he mass deports you and your entire family. Whether you were here legally or not, you gotta go. I hope he does that. To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all, the police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where the fuck you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMes. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what the fuck it is. But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done with. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done enough. We're not doing anymore. To you white women that once again voted against your fucking interests, when your husbands start knocking you into the middle of fucking next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you get fucking hit. Take it. Don't look for nobody else. Don't ask for fucking help. Take your beatings. For all of y'all that voted for Trump, I hope you get exactly what you voted for. Because the only thing he did was make America great for the people that it was great for from the fucking beginning. White men. That's what he did. He couldn't run the risk of whiteness no longer being the default, not being allowed to fail up. So when you're bleeding out somewhere and there's a medical emergency and you can't get no fucking help, women who voted for him, don't take it. You just gotta die. If you got kids, they just gonna be motherless. It is what the fuck it is. You didn't give a fuck, so we don't give a fuck. That's how it is. This isn't America anymore. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's not gonna be America. And if you think that Trump is gonna be in that office for 4 years, you're fucking insane. Because we about to be in a real live action episode of fucking Scandal. Because your next president is not Donald Trump, it's JD Vance. Because trust and believe, within a year, you're not gonna see Trump anymore. He's either gonna be, and they're gonna say it's illness, or he died in his sleep, it's natural causes because he's fucking old enough, or they just gonna let him spaz out and do the 25th. And that's when we really gonna be in the Handmaid's Tale. So I really hope all of you who voted for him, you get exactly what the fuck you deserve.
President of the United States of America. This election was not even close, which I find odd considering Kamala Harris's rallies. However, how can that compete when you have Elon Musk paying $1 million per day to encourage people to vote for Donald Trump? Personally, I'm disgusted by that. I'm disgusted enough to delete my X account. I'm disgusted enough to never order a Tesla as long as I shall live. I want to take this moment to congratulate those of you who voted for Donald Trump, which was the overwhelming majority of Americans. You chose to vote for a dictatorship, and that is what you will get. America is no longer the land of the free. You have chosen, by siding with Donald Trump, to throw our United States Constitution and our United States flag in the garbage. Personally, I am embarrassed. I am ashamed to call myself an American. In fact, I no longer call myself an American because the values that I hold dear are being aligned with freedom, liberty, and justice. Unfortunately, those are no longer the values of the United States, as the United States has voted for a dictatorship and everything that comes with it. This country is no longer recognizable to me. I find myself surrounded by people that no longer share the same values as I do. You chose to elect a man that is a self-proclaimed dictator. Over 80% of his former staff came forward to warn us he's a fascist. Over half of the country decided to vote for a convicted felon, a man found guilty of rape, a hostile, hateful, old, senile, bitter, treasonous bigot. During his entire campaign, he never once laid out a policy, not one policy, in detail. All he spoke about were bumper sticker level, surface level ideas, concepts, with no real plan, no details whatsoever. As Americans, we deserve better than that. That's why I made over 125 videos sounding the alarm bell, saying this man does not have a plan. This man is not taking the role of being president serious. Leading economists, leading financial firms are warning us that by electing Donald Trump, our country is on course for a recession. I outlined his lies in detail, one by one, and in comparison, I outlined Kamala Harris's details with supporting evidence. But you were too brainwashed, too blinded by your own racism, misogyny, bigotry, tunnel vision. You refused to acknowledge the facts. So now, when the cost of goods, from food to clothes to cars, increase in price by 20%, that's on you. When your mother loses her Medicare benefits, that's on you. When your disabled brother loses 30% of his Social Security disability income, that's on you. When your pregnant daughter suffers a miscarriage and is being investigated for murder, that's on you. When your wife gets raped and is forced to give birth to your rapist baby, that's on you. And when they make her rapist have parental rights to co-parent with you, that's on you. When the cost of imported lumber increases by 20% and new construction becomes even more scarce, that's on you. When Donald Trump conducts his mass deportation operation, which is projected to cost Americans $379 billion, which is projected to cut our GDP by 4 to 6%, leading to a great recession, that's on you. When Trump fills his cabinet with MAGA loyalists that defund the Department for Education, the Department of Labor, the Department of Homeland Security, the EPA, that's on you. When you are no longer offered overtime pay, that's on you. When Social Security is projected to go bankrupt in 6 years under Donald Trump's plan, that's on you. When leading economists project his plan will add $5.8 trillion to the national debt, that's on you. When large publicly traded companies buy up single-family homes in residential neighborhoods, creating lifelong renters, and further increasing the price of homes, making it even harder to become a homeowner, that's on you. When corporations turn into monopolies by less restrictions through mergers and price gouging, that's on you. When Trump deregulates the EPA and pollutes our air and causes sea levels to rise, that's on you. In 4 years, when we have another election and you want to vote him out, but he refuses to leave, that's on you. Americans made it blatantly clear that they would rather incur all of this rather than have a mixed woman as their president. Shame on you. You will get what you deserve. Donald Trump's last presidency, he had the luxury of riding Obama's strong economy. However, that's not the case this time. Although our economy has been built back stronger, our economy is still very fragile. And so this time around, you will get to experience a true Donald Trump presidency. And let me tell you something, it is not going to be pretty. Part of me is actually looking forward to watching those of you who support him relentlessly suffer under his policies and become much poorer, as those of us that have accumulated wealth become much richer. However, this isn't about money for me. This is about doing what's right. It's right versus wrong. It's freedom versus dictatorship. And unfortunately, more than half of Americans chose the latter. Ironically, it is the MAGA supporters that are going to feel the effects of a Trump presidency the most. If you make in the lower 50% of all Americans, you can expect a tax increase under Donald Trump's policy. So to sum up, you voted for a dictatorship for you, your family, and your children. And this will take decades to undo. Being the land of the free, our freedom is not something to take for granted. It's something that we have fought for, our grandparents have fought for, and it's something that you literally just gave up by voting this man in. He told you what he's going to do, and you have to believe him. And unfortunately, there's no way out now. And yet, his most loyal supporters are bragging that Trump won, when in fact this is the biggest mistake of your life. This is something that your children and your children's children and your children's children will never forgive you for. Good luck to all of you.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a good old saying, you know, in a Jamaican, community where them say, yeah, you know, you give some people poison for drink, you can't convince them to drink the poison and tell them, say, hey, look here, You drink the poison, but somebody else are go dead. Just look and watch them. You tell them say a poison you give them for drink, but because them believe in you and them can't think, so them drink the poison and I wait for somebody in the crowd drop down and dead. No one say them are go dead, but them still no believe say them are go dead because of who tell them. At the time you lose all of your mental faculty, so them can't think. So that is what happened. So I firmly believe that if Donald Trump secure both chambers of Congress, the House and Senate, he should be granted the authority to fully implement his mandate. I mean, cut Social Security, Medicare, get rid of Obamacare, all of them things, because look here, them things don't affect me or my family. Period. You understand what I'm saying? And the same people them will vote against all of these things. Hey, look here. Even with the abortion thing and all of these things, it's white people, you know, them have all dead since Roe versus Wade. Yeah, but that I tell you, as you hear the man say, people, them just vote because them hate black people. Even the same Spanish people. Because I remember, you know, the Spanish people, them were coming to America, I see them, Democrat, them let them in, you know, and the Republican hate them. But you see where it go? Them want to be white. You understand? It's like calling rain a wet rain. So them will do anything. Because them fighting, you know. Even the guy who did in charge of Proud Boys, you know, with that prison, you know. Donald Trump say, I'm going to free them when him win and them vote. So I'm going to release them. The man come like hero and the man they are terrorists. You understand what I'm saying? So I just saw it go. So make it make sense. So you're going to see a lot of things. Honestly, this have just might, you understand that when you come on to that, yeah, give Donald Trump all of the powers them where him everything where him say matter, slash Social Security, slash Medicaid, slash everything where him say. I make them feel it as the man say all them thing there. And guess what? As the woman say with the black man them, in time police shot them and kill them, but I come ball and all of them thing there. I just saw it go. But look here, there's so many things, you know, so much complexity to what happened. And some people say they feel like them dead, them not dead, you know, them alive. Or it feel like a somebody for them dead. Somebody close to them. So this, you know, a man say, boy, I second time this. In 8 years, him experience anything like this. The first time when Donald Trump win, and now the second time. Him say him couldn't believe, a white man, him couldn't believe. But you have to understand still, learning, and people can't think that is what happened. But there's this thing, everything where it at, it started by Barack Obama. Now, you know, as we say on them thing there, and the other thing, as some people say, Kamala Harris wasn't elected to lead the Democratic Party. She was selected, and that's a reason why. Because they must say, wait, Joe Biden, even after the debate and them thing there, and them see him on every day, yeah man, so them ask it. All of them were there and start call for the removal of Joe Biden, and them started. So now when I ask it, when I get it. Because if Joe Biden, the same white woman them would have voted for Joe Biden because I'm white. I'm a white man. So them ask it. But because to them now, them want for them agenda, them feel like say, according to them, everything, you know, cause everything for them about history and them thing, they are full black people and Latino and white and some white people. So them create history. But in fact, when them do that, you don't benefit. And just white people still a benefit because LGBTQ plus something have nothing to do with black people. If black people mad, them just mad and take their medication. And white people want to impose to them madness by other people. I just saw it go. You understand? So I will say, yeah, Donald Trump forget all of the authority to fully implement his mandate. So this includes not only his long promised immigration policy such as mass deportation, but also the broader agenda that his voters have clearly endorsed. Election have consequences, and those who voted for Trump knew exactly what they were signing up for. Now it's time for them to see those promises materialize. So if them never pay attention, until them start going to the grocery store and all of these things, then we start pay attention. And look what, you can't give people sympathy when them don't deserve it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you tell somebody, say, see fire there, if you're going out here, get burned, and them going out. When them get burned, you don't show no sedative on it and try. You don't put anything, no blanket or anything to stop make them burn. I just say it go. So mass deportation has been one of Trump's cornerstone policies, and if he holds the legislative power, there should be no obstacle to executing this plan. His supporters have rallied behind the idea of a stricter immigration system, believing it will restore law and order, protect American jobs, and uphold the country's sovereignty. If this is the will of the people, as reflected in their votes, then it's unfair for this mandate is carried out in full, because people them vote for it. Social Security and Medicare cut accountability for choices. For the older white voters who form a significant part of Trump's base, there is another reality to face. Trump past budget proposal and rhetoric have included discussions around cutting Social Security, Medicare, and other social programs. If these voters have endorsed him knowing this, then they should also bear the responsibility of those decisions. There is nothing inherently wrong with slashing these programs. If that's what his voters base is prepared to accept as part of the broader vision for reducing government spending or reshaping social safety nets, so be it. Them vote for it, so give them it. So the bigger picture, living with consequences. Ultimately, this is about accountability. If Americans voted for Trump because they believe in his policies, they must be also ready to face full spectrum of those policies. Consequences, whether it's stricter immigration, enforcement, or potential cuts to social programs. These are the choices that come with endorsing his leadership. In a democracy, the government mandate comes from the people. Trump's voters have spoken and they have given him the power to enact his vision. Then they should experience the result, whether beneficial or challenging. This is the essence of democratic accountability, living with the outcome of your vote. So I just saw it go. Have yourself a beautiful day. The longest liver is going to see. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.